Call meeting to order. Like my computer not here. Roll call.
See, we have present Dan Northcraft, Tim Hill, Tracy Fletcher, Richie Mutu, and Christian Lunella. As guests, we have Becky Lomberg and Jackie William.
New business, moving along here, approval. Did everybody get a chance to go through the minutes? Any corrections or anything we need to make on those? Make a motion to approve,
Almost to approve the minutes.
the second. All in favor?
Aye.
Approved. Next line item one there was following up just on the bills. I know we looked at those together. Did the city pay those or do we still need to take care of those?
No, so what needs to happen is, somebody, whether that be Richie or anybody really can, needs to invoice the city
Okay,
and as council, I know the budget reflected, we were gonna get $136,600 from 2A this year. But as council, we decided to actually cut that in half. $68,300. Which does not include Becky's salary.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, is that just for fiscal year 2025?
Yeah,
It is because we only had outside of the salary, there was only $16,000 in expenses. In the budget. So instead of having $120,000 in the black. Now we have 52,000 whatever in the black.
now, I think the preface to this is that the council seemed open to revisit this topic as we find more need. So if need pops up in the Regional Housing Authority, I think they're more willing to fully look at that and help support us. They just didn't want to feel like, I guess we didn't want to feel like it was locked in the funds and we only could use it for that one purpose. If it didn't need to be that way. So it's not to say that the funding is gone forever. We're never going to see it. It's more so just like here's a goodwill support. We do intend to, we just need to see the need before we continue on. Even if it's budgetized and we're not necessarily spending it then and there, as long as we can demonstrate that there is a need in an invoiced format, I think that's kind of what they're looking for.
So with an invoice format, does that mean that any bills we get, we submit to them in the future or are they writing?
Invoice was a wrong word. I mean more budgeted.
Gotcha.
So what's gonna happen is we're gonna invoice the city for $68,300. They're gonna pay that invoice. We're gonna put that money in the bank account. In order to pay bills ourselves.
Gotcha. Okay, what about the money set aside for salary does that go to the county then?
Yes,
Okay.
the county will invoice the city for Becky's salary.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
And Richie, I did get another bill from the attorney. I can forward that to you.
Is it Dana already forwarded it to me, I believe.
Oh, she did for
The total is 1978 with all
Yes.
the accumulated balances.
Yes, that's correct.
Yes, I have that and I will once we have money, I will pay that.
Did you want to come up with an invoice or should we leave that for Becky to do when she comes on board? What day do you start, Becky?
That's June 2nd, Monday, onboarding with the county all morning.
I will be glad to come up with that invoice. 68,300
Yes.
That's the amount that I wrote down.
That is correct.
I will take care of that.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I think we're good on those.
And I want to make sure I heard everything right there. The 68,300 does not include Becky's salary, and Becky's salary will be paid by the city from an invoice from the county.
That is
Yeah.
correct.
Okay. Thank you very much for repeating.
But just as far as our bills, we will pay that ourselves out of the bank account. And that'll be Becky doing that, I guess, but
Okay. Any other questions, Richie? On that one?
I don't have any other questions on that. That's great.
Maybe this is premature, but do we need to set up some spending limits or put some boundaries around what we wanna have Becky pay, or we wanna deal with that later?
That is a really good point, something that we need to discuss in our bylaws once we create those. But I don't think it'd be appropriate to jump the gun on that just yet. I think we need to set our bylaws to cover how all that should look.
And I have an example for spending and like finance that I can share for our organization.
And this, yeah, the city and the county both have their own
Okay.
parameters as well, so there's plenty to draw
Yeah.
from.
And
this is for
I'll
the
just,
city, it's like anything over 500 or.
It's anything over like 1,000 is from the mayor. The mayor has a certain amount of discretion, so in this case, the chair potentially, the mayor has a certain amount of discretion, the city administrator has a certain amount of discretion that they don't have to come to some council for approval.
It's not a lot of money.
No, it's not.
Well, we only have $50 in our bank account, so I guess we're.
Yeah, that's what I told council. It's like, well, I guess we don't need the whole amount, but we do only have $50.
well, we're about to have a whole lot. We're about to have a whole lot more than that. So I guess I'd go back though. Right now, Matt, Tracy, and myself are on the account. So until we change the account again, I can sign checks, and I guess I figured that's what we would do.
Do we,
And Richie, you might wanna reach out. To the people we owe money to and just kind of tell them what's going on. Why they haven't been paid yet.
I will absolutely do that. I had planned to do that before this meeting, but I've been gone since the beginning of May, basically from town. So I will reach out to both of those now that I know that we're going to have funds to be able to pay those in short order.
one other thing to start thinking about, if we wanna get Becky a card. I'm assuming she's gonna accumulate some expenses that we don't wanna write a $5 check for, a $50 check for.
Yeah.
So, where are we at? We're at PV&T? That's right. I mean, when I talked to them about a card, they were like, just get something with better rewards, or our cards aren't great, so I don't know, Richie, if you wanna look into that.
I mean, I'd like, for me, I just have a debit card for work. We don't use a credit card for anything. And within my spending of my budget is okay. Anything over like 1,000, I have to have a second signer. So
Yeah,
if we have things budgeted, I think a debit card is probably just fine. I don't know that we want to get into a credit card because it would have to go in her name. So it gets a little tricky in that regard.
I don't have strong
No.
feelings, just some way to check out online that's
Yeah.
not a hassle.
I feel like we'll talk about this more on the onboarding discussion, right?
And then, okay, moving along, Richie, he has a quick finance report out.
Well, we've pretty much already done that. I think we already did all of my talking points. So I guess the only remaining talking point, the only remaining talking point is that by next month I'll do like a balance sheet, and then that'll be like the regular thing going forward.
Okay.
Richie, do you have a copy of the budget?
I do. Yeah, the final budget, which the total number at the bottom line is 206,600. So
Yeah.
like you said, it's the 70,000 salary and the 136,600 is the rest. And then there's the expenditure budget, which is the 116,670. So that sort of feels like two budgets in a way.
What, yeah, they did it in an odd way. I wasn't sure why, and it was a bit confusing, but the way it was done is basically we had our expenditures on one part of the budget, which is
16,000.
yeah, 16,000 plus the salary, which should equate to around the number that you said, Richie, and benefits and all that. Which I think was a total of 100,000 budgeted out, so that gets to the 116,000. And then they had the the allocated amount or revenues as a separate item, or rather separate part of the budget. So the revenues was captured basically as a reflection of what the city had offered, and the position itself. So that's kind of the breakdown, the very generalized breakdown of that sheet that you're looking at.
So, for lack of a better term, because I'm not really good at which one's the budget?
Technically, well, technically our expenditures is what we'd consider a traditional budget, like our line by line expenditures. Both are, our revenues and expenditures are in the budget. What we expect to make and what we expect to use of that. It's a little odd because you wouldn't think of us to make more revenue than what we spend, given that we're kind of getting reimbursed from the city largely. But like going forward, you're gonna have both. We're gonna have our revenues, which is gonna cover like the first couple of pages in the budget. And then we'll have all our expenditures, which can be line by line items or anything else broken down. At least this is how the city does it, and it makes sense in my brain. What got confusing about this one is both of them were on the same page. And it can be a little bit confusing, kind of deciphering what's what in that place. But technically both are. The one that we're looking a little closer at is our expenditures. That's kind of the one that we'll be operating off of day to day. Our revenues is mostly just there to capture what we anticipate making.
Sounds good.
Any other questions?
I mean, if you guys don't think it's a big deal, or if Becky doesn't think it's a big deal, I just don't want her to be stuck in the first 2 weeks where if she needs something, she's gotta buy it on her own dime and get reimbursed. But if it's quick to get a debit card and it's not a big deal to Becky, I'm not trying to be difficult. I just trying to have a smooth entry.
Yeah, and I'm planning on having the afternoon of the second open to meet with her and do some stuff too, so. She's meeting with the county first, so.
I just, to get a new credit card for a new employee somehow takes like 2 weeks for me, so.
Yeah.
Trying to be prepared, however you wanna do it.
I'll go talk to the bank next week.
Okay.
And I suspect that they would have to put Becky on the account. You know, and which means me, Tracy, Matt, and Becky all going there to kind of repeat the process that we did once already. And so as soon as we can schedule that, you know, I feel like, you know, I can do it anytime. But would just need to get everybody's schedules together.
Do you want to, Richie, do you want to see maybe even that on the second, sometime that Monday, like after 12 o'clock? Even, oh, she just put a note and she can come up next week too. When are you back? Richie?
Friday.
This Friday?
Yeah.
Okay, I think, why don't we offline, kind of, you and Matt and I can chat and maybe come up with a few options and then give those to Becky.
Sounds great.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna just keep moving along here. Jackie, you're up.
So very exciting news. We're having a phase 2 lottery for the remaining units, for the 24 duplex units that are being built on West Sixth and West Third Street. What that means to you, grievance committee members, which I think you and Elsa maybe, is that correct?
Yeah.
So anyway, so my question to you is, we're gonna have another lottery, so we're gonna have an appeal process again. So on my birthday, we get to celebrate, an appeal request deadline, July 11th. Last time we didn't have any submittals. I would hope that we won't this time either. But July 11th would be, the deadline for applicants appealing their qualification denial status. Must submit by email an appeals request form no later than 4 p.m. on July 11th to me. And then we have until the 17th to resolve that. And qualified appeals, those submitted by the appeals notification deadline must be satisfied by this deadline to enter into the lottery. And then the lottery is happening on July 23rd. Then there's another appeal process if participants wish to appeal the outcome of the lottery. They must submit their appeal request form no later than noon on July 25th. And they don't have a deadline here for when you guys need to respond to that, so let's hope that doesn't happen. Anyway, so I'm asking for your blessing to manage the appeals.
Got my blessing.
Yes.
Dan?
What am I glossing?
That the housing authority will manage the appeals. The grievance committee will do that.
Awesome.
So just to give you another update on that, so June 13th is the application deadline for folks that are interested in the phase 2 lottery. There will be 3 home types. If you go to housinglakcounty.com, you will see the home types and the site plans. I'm talking with the buyers from the first lottery to get them to tell me which sites they want, so we'll update that in the next week. We are hoping that the commissioners will approve the Oakwood contract on Tuesday. And we will start executing contracts with the buyers from the first lottery subsequently, and then hopefully Oakwood will order all the boxes.
How many units are available in the second lottery?
There will be likely 14.
And how many applicants do we have?
So we don't have any applications yet. So we just started reaching out to the list. We have 178 people that have expressed interest in the project outside of the first round of lottery winners. And so I called every single one of them. That was fun. And hopefully some of them will apply. And then we're going to start doing a media campaign, social media campaign as well. So hopefully we'll get a lot more so that Oakwood feels confident to order all 24 boxes. It's a little bit uncomfortable because we don't have buyers lined up for all the units. We just got final pricing. I mean, all of this is happening, you know. We're building a plane while we're in the air. I mean, it seems it's a little rough.
How are you guys handling the income qualification this time around? Because I know that was an issue last time with you had many applicants who were below the threshold of affordability based off of requirements of 30% income, no more than 30% income. Are you all still taking those applicants on, or how are you handling that
So
process?
we applied for Prop 123 funding to help us with the gap funding for the buyers who are under 100% area median income. That application was submitted on May 1st. And we should hopefully hear in the middle of June. I think our application was strong, that would be $70,000 per unit. The county has agreed to backfill that in the event that we don't get that. It's $980,000. It's a lot of money. And that would be for 14 buyers at 100% of AMI or less. So.
Have there always been 10 in the first
Now there's
phase?
17. So we just got pricing. The pricing is higher than it was, of course, because everything is more expensive. And so the pricing is available on the website too, and it explains what 100% looks like and what above 100% looks like as a purchase price.
So by the time that we really start diving deep into people applying, our new AMIs are coming out. Is that a worry at all for the county, or
So the new AMIs are out,
they fully are out?
they're out,
Okay.
so, yeah, and so Jennifer will be, when she's reviewing
Okay.
the applications, that'll be what they'll be looking at.
Are the new AMIs higher?
They sure are.
They are much higher.
So I think it's $10,000 for a single person. It was like 66 something at 100% AMI, it's now 76.
I believe we maxed out on the cap that we could increase in AMI, meaning I think that was 10%. Is that right? Yeah. So we're maxed out what we're allowed to increase in the AMI, which is a really crazy phenomenon that doesn't happen often.
And I put the Jaffa AMIs on, the regional housing page on the county website, so it's
Okay.
available.
Okay. I mean, that's good news.
Well.
I mean, certainly it's better for, I mean, there's a lot of buyers who are under 100% of AMI, so they would be able to qualify for that Prop 123 funding, but there's only 14 homes that will be getting that.
Yeah.
What Becky's putting notes.
Oops, thank you, Beck. Sorry. So Lake County is one of 3 counties in the nation that was capped at 10%.
We're
So,
so special.
well, that was a great thing.
That's all I have for you.
Okay.
I'm gonna go let my dog out.
Okay.
Thank you, Jackie.
Christian, will you send me the minutes and I'll get those?
Yeah. Send them over
Well,
to
it's my plant that I'm gonna kill.
you.
I got a real quick question on qualification for that. Is there what are the requirements? Is there an in-county work requirement?
No, folks can work, so in this round, in the phase 2 lottery, and the guidelines are posted also, on the housinglakecounty.com website. But no, there's, only a requirement that they work in either Lake or the adjacent counties, not including Picken, we didn't include them.
I don't know many people that work in Pitt.
Well, they have a tough commute in the winter. So Chaffey, Eagle, and Summit County, workers can apply.
Okay, thank you.
And then the other limitation, of course, is mandated by the first grant that we got, that they have to have an area median income of 140% or less.
And then we're good with the Zoom and all that. I'll just log out.
Just log out, leave the doors open, I don't know.
Okay, got it.
Turn the TV off.
Invite your friends over, it's all good. Thank you very much. You shouldn't have done it. Does this go outside or do I put this in my house?
Inside, I think.
I think that's an inside plan.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so. Yeah,
You just throw it in the trash
I
now.
was gonna say, you guys might wanna check on it.
I don't know.
Water once a week out a window, he'll be fine.
Thank you, Jackie.
Jackie.
Bye, Jackie.
Thanks, Jackie.
Okay,
Okay.
see you later.
Okay. One of the things on here, I just wanted to talk about quickly was doing a press release with Becky coming on with the, like, announcing that she's here and all that, and I was like, do we wanna do that? Do we have some like talking points, and we can talk more about that when she comes on too, but just wanted to get any feedback, yay, nay, as I'm new to the board and you guys are seasoned, what your thoughts are on doing something like that. Oftentimes we'll do that with new directors, heads of departments, things like that in the community. So just kind of get some feedback.
I do think we should, though I'm happy to wait until I had Finn reach out to me and kind of already inquire a little bit, but I told him we can wait until Becky's on board fully. It makes sense to me to just kind of wait, just given the situation. We don't have a reputation yet with the community, so I think we're not in a rush to kind of announce anything new. I see the press release as an opportunity to start that relationship more than anything else.
Yeah. That was, we've got a new director, here's goals,
Yeah.
here's, some positive talking points.
So maybe by the second meeting of Becky's onboarding, I think maybe by then we'll have it figured out, but totally in favor. We should definitely start brainstorming of what it looks like now, but I don't think we need a rush.
Okay. Sorry. Becky, I think you're kind of up next. She was just gonna go over some goals and things, talk about onboarding. I think she's been in touch with Jackie a little bit, her and I've been talking. So just giving her a little room to chat with us about that, and as it's coming up quickly, 6 weeks felt like a really long time, but it did, it's gonna be here.
It is, and I'm really excited. Very, I feel like I'm very well prepared to make that transition. And I have been in contact with Jackie. We're going to meet for lunch after I get all of the HR stuff with county finished on Monday. She's pretty busy, so we'll see how often I can get with her. But I would say that my first goal out of the gate is really to meet people and open my ears and listen and find out from all of you what the priorities are. And if I had an ask, it would be, who should I meet? Who should I talk to? I'd like to spend a good amount of time just meeting people, hearing what they've got to say.
I know Christian and I, we talked about like Wednesday morning coffees, which I can do like 3 in June. The last 3 in June I can go with her. But if there's other like community things that you guys all attend, or I should probably spend time with each of you if when the time allows. But if there's things that you guys attend or ideas that might be good for her to connect with people in the community, also, I think that'd be really helpful to share with her.
So what I can do is I can start a document and share it with you all on list of people and list of events or meetings to attend. And we can just add on to that individually as we see fit. And I could just make it a checklist so that hopefully by the second we have a really good list to start off. And as time goes on, I'm sure we can start adding more to that. But I think that would be a great way to at least initially start. I don't know what y'all think about that. Okay.
Okay. Anything else? I know we've talked about some trainings and things like that, but I think Becky's got a laundry list of things ready to kind of pick off and start just running with things. So and then I think she'll probably be in touch with each of you also individually.
Yeah, I feel like the first thing I need is a little bit of history and background. I know some things, but I'm very aware that I don't know everything, not having lived up there for any amount of time. And so I feel like I need the history, and I feel like I need to meet folks and find out what people's specific concerns are. And then I'd like to dive into talking about strategic planning, and once I've got a feel for what the resources are and what the challenges are, unique to Lake County, we can pull in more of those regional things and build bridges. Well, build houses.
Anything else for Becky?
No, let's get it start.
Yep.
Okay, thanks
Oh.
for that question.
A little bit of a tangent. Did we figure out some housing with the city
For
cash pad? Yeah.
I've shared information with Becky about the housing that the city offers.
Okay.
Yep. And I have reached out. I feel the timing is really kind of perfect for this, starting summertime, good weather, long days. So if I've got to do some commuting for a little while, that's fine. And I do have friends that live towards the north end of Chaffey County, so I won't be going the whole way every day.
Okay. Um, anything else? Any new business that wasn't on the agenda that anybody wants to? Okay. I know we don't have a lot of partner, oh, we don't have any, it's just us today. Jackie gave us her kind of update with county. Speaking of subcommittees, do we have a finance subcommittee? Was there one?
No, we didn't never really establish the finance subcommittee. At some point we should, but
Okay.
it was never really a priority at that time.
Just thinking about some of the things we talked about when Richie was talking, it might be helpful. Okay,
Richie, do you feel like we need to do that soon, or we need to start accruing some expenses and revenue before that needs to be done?
Well, I think that, I mean, right now we have, a bill for $2,000 and a bill for $600 to pay. So just using that as an example, I would just write that check unless that is actually not how our bylaws work. And so if just paying invoices as they come in is going to have us, have me go get a board vote every time I need to write a check, then maybe we need to delegate that to a subcommittee and there's, 3 people to contact instead of 7.
There's a couple different approaches we can have. I currently or used to run the Leadville Latinx group in their executive committee, and generally speaking, there's 2 roles that a financial committee can play. One is more just do the basics, right, and get all that heavy work out of the way so that in the meetings you're not really focusing on it, you're just voting to approve bills, kind of like what the city does. The other one is more geared towards like financial planning, long-term planning, looking at grants, how can we support our ED and applying for certain grants. Obviously, we're not quite in that position to start something like that, but I do think it'd be important to have a financial committee so that they can also be involved in creating the bylaws, especially towards that, because that's such a specific need. And since we'll have such a specific budget, I think it'd be important for board members to be able to have that discussion about what that looks like in the bylaws without it like really bogging down our our regular meetings, because that can get really messy really quick.
yeah. No, I agree. I agree.
Oh.
Maybe we put that on the agenda to form that committee as an action item for next month.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Any other report outs from the city? I know you guys kind of talked about it.
No, just the 809 Spruce, which is the city's housing, is fully ready to go. Has been in a state of disrepair for quite a few months now, but everything is fixed and everything, all the rooms are available. There are currently 3 vacancies. So there's 2 people living there and there's 3 rooms available.
Okay. Great.
And yeah, I think that's it.
Maybe not the city report, but or personal report. Tracy, I know that you had mentioned the Leadville Housing Authority's issues with the manor. I am meeting with my contact tomorrow over at the COG to see if weatherization, what process there could be for weatherization. This probably won't fix your immediate needs, but it'd be helpful for like making sure we're on top of weatherizing the place. And that will end up being a future need at some point if we don't stay on top of it. So I'll talk to them about what that looks like for your specific situation. I just need to confirm some numbers with you offline before that meeting. On
Do you want me to forward you the proposal?
Yeah.
That we got?
Sure.
Okay.
And then just kind of a general. I don't need exacts of who's living there, obviously, but like who qualifies to live there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And that's tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll be meeting
Okay.
with them tomorrow.
I'll get that over to you.
Cool.
And, I'll get the proposal for you tonight and, the other details tomorrow morning.
Sounds good.
All right. Any other report outs? Any county? Nothing? Nothing? Okay.
We're doing a great job.
Development subcommittee, you have, any updates for us?
We have not met, we need to have something to develop or think about developing first.
Oh, right,
Yeah, sorry,
there's that part, okay.
disappoint you. I think if you took the development subcommittee fishing, we would really, that would get the juices flowing though.
Just give me a credit card number, I'll get you on the books.
Well, Becky's getting a card.
Okay, well, then I'm gonna make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Thanks everyone for a quick, efficient meeting.
I love these meetings.
Puppies. Thank you. Thanks, Becky. Thanks, Richie.
Thank you all. See you next time.
See ya.